The next evening, they found themselves standing outside the ice cream parlor, the neon lights casting a soft glow on their faces. The air was warm and filled with the sweet scent of waffle cones. She looked at him, her heart racing as she thought about the conversation they had the night before. They walked inside, the cool air a welcome relief from the heat outside. The bell on the door chimed, and the cashier looked up, giving them a friendly smile. She ordered mint chocolate chip, her favorite, and watched as he debated between Rocky Road and chocolate fudge brownie. "Why not get both?" she suggested with a laugh. He shrugged and did just that, and they found a cozy table in the corner. As they sat across from each other, licking their melting ice cream, she couldn't help but study him. The way his eyes crinkled when he laughed, the way his hair fell into his face, the way his hand looked holding the spoon. It was all so new and yet so familiar. He caught her staring and raised an eyebrow. "What?" Her cheeks flushed. "Nothing," she said, looking down at her own ice cream. "It's just... I can't believe we're actually doing this." He reached across the table and took her hand. "Me neither," he said, his voice serious. "But I'm really happy we are." Their fingers intertwined, and she felt a sense of peace settle over her. Maybe this was what she had been waiting for all along. Maybe the universe had a plan, and they had just been too blind to see it. They talked about their feelings, their hopes, and their fears. The words flowed freely, unshackled by the weight of secrets they had been carrying for so long. As they finished their desserts and stepped back into the night, hand in hand, she knew that this was the start of something beautiful. The city lights twinkled around them like stars, reflecting off the wet pavement. They didn't know what the future held, but for now, they had each other, and that was enough. They strolled along the sidewalk, their conversation flowing as easily as their laughter, the tension of their confession now replaced with a sense of excitement for what was to come. The night grew late, and they found themselves at the edge of the park. The street lamps cast long shadows across the grass, and the air was filled with the distant sounds of the city winding down. He stopped, turning to face her. "I've wanted to do this for a long time," he said, his voice low. And before she could respond, he leaned in and kissed her again, this time with a confidence that left no doubt about his feelings. When they pulled away, she looked into his eyes and felt a warmth spread through her. "Me too," she whispered. And they kissed again, under the watchful gaze of the moon. It was a moment she would replay in her mind for the rest of her life, the moment when everything changed between them, and as they walked home, the night air wrapping around them like a blanket, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. Their friendship had been the foundation of their relationship, and now, it had evolved into something more. Something that she knew she would cherish forever. The days that followed were filled with small moments of joy and discovery. The way his hand felt in hers, the way their laughter intertwined like melodies in a duet, and the way their eyes would meet across a crowded room, sending a jolt of excitement straight to her core. They learned each other's quirks and habits, the little things that made them unique and wonderful. One evening, as they sat on the couch watching a movie, she rested her head on his shoulder, feeling the steady beat of his heart. She could feel the warmth of his body next to hers, and it was the most comfortable she had ever felt. His arm wrapped around her, and she snuggled closer, feeling safe and loved. It was in these quiet moments that she realized how much she had missed this connection. How much she had longed for it without even knowing it, but with every step forward, there were moments of doubt and insecurity. They had been friends for so long, and she was afraid of losing that friendship if things didn't work out. But every time she voiced her fears, he would kiss her gently and remind her that their love was built on a foundation that could withstand anything. And she believed him. Their first fight was over something trivial, a miscommunication that had blown out of proportion. But instead of letting it fester, they talked it out, their voices rising and falling with passion. When the storm had passed, they made up with a fervor that left them both breathless. It was in those moments of conflict that she realized their relationship was not just about the highs, but also about the lows, about growing and learning together. Their love grew stronger with each passing day, and she knew that this was the real thing. The kind of love that didn't just make your heart race, but also made you want to be a better person. The kind of love that filled every corner of your soul and made you believe in the magic of a new beginning. And so, they continued to navigate the uncharted waters of their new relationship, hand in hand, ready to face whatever the future had in store for them. The city was their playground, their lives an adventure, and their hearts beating as one. It was a journey she never wanted to end. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and share. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. And hey, if you know someone who might enjoy this video, don't hesitate to share it with them.